About the first 2 or 3 months of coming to Shore Point, I thought the name of the church was Sure Point. And it went quite a while before someone corrected me on that.
All right, so the first condo that we bought, I was tasked with changing out a ceiling fan. So I head to Menards, pick out a ceiling fan, come home. This is something I've never done before. So naturally, I'm looking up YouTube videos trying to figure out how to do this thing. Get it all wired up, ready to roll, head back downstairs, and I flip on the switch for the power box in the basement. And I'm walking back upstairs. My faithful friend, my dog, is with me, super curious about everything. And we get upstairs, and I'm looking at the ceiling fan, I'm looking at the switch, ready to see the magic happen. And I flip on the switch, and sparks fly. And I'm thinking to myself, what the heck happened? And before I could figure out what happened, my dog yelps and scoots out the room, and my nostrils are just filled with the scent of burnt hair. And that's when I realized I almost just lit my dog on fire.
So my man mishap was a couple years ago in January on a snowy day, and I got the honor to take my kids to school. We were in the car, and as I was backing out, my daughter, eldest, reminded me that she forgot something. So I went to put the car in park, and as I did that, I opened the door to hop out of the car. Somehow I hit the car back into drive, and the car just started to go and started to run after my car as it went through my garage, because the garage door was still open, went through it, went through the wall fell on the back of the car while I had both my kids in the back seat.
My wife was in the living room, and she was looking at something at her phone. And when my wife looks at stuff, she gets hyper-focused on things. I came into the room because I needed to talk to her about something important. She was wrapped up in her own world, sitting on that phone, not paying attention to me at all. So I decided to grab the phone from her. I tossed it, but boy, it flew. And it flew into the bottom portion of my TV set. A couple hours later, I go to sit down and watch the TV. I found out that the TV was cracked all the way across. But the weekend did end on a high note. Needless to say, I did my research and I went out and got a TV that I really liked, even better than the other one.
All right, so a few years back we bought the Fixer Upper, and Beth had me, I had me doing the bathroom. And so gutted the shower, framed everything in. We did have somebody, use the thin set mortar to put the tiles up. It was finally time to grout, and I go to get the grout. I get about 1/3 of the shower done, and I run out of the really pretty gray grout that we had. So I go back into the garage to get the grout and bring it back in. So I'm almost done now with the entire project, only to realize I looked down and I was like, man, this just doesn't look like the same color as the grout. What I realized is the thin set mortar was sitting right next to the grout, and they were both gray. I was in the fetal position. Like, why? What have I done? I pretty much concreted my entire grout line. Is that decent? Okay. Yeah, you're an idiot. Yeah, that actually works. Good.
So this past Christmas, I wanted to get my wife an experience as a gift. So I had seen these candlelight concerts. They'd been recommended to me in the past. I saw an ad for it. I was like, oh, that's a great idea. I want to do that again. So I get her this candlelight concert. Like before I bought it, I checked the calendar. Okay. I even asked her, I was like, hey, does this date work in our calendar? I got the all clear from her. We're good. I went and bought the tickets. The day comes, we're getting ready because, we're dressing up fancy. The show was at like 6 or 6:30, so we made like a really early dinner reservation. So we're about to leave the house at like 4 o'clock. And then I go and check the tickets on my phone, and the tickets are grayed out. And it says like past event. So then I'm like scrambling, I'm looking at it, and the tickets I had bought were for yesterday.
Should I try that again? Sorry. I was on a first date, went to go get pizza, and I was starving, so I ended up eating like
3/4 of this not so great pizza, and had the great idea to go get custard afterwards. At that point, stomach was definitely on the fritz. You know, first date, nerves are high. I just remember sitting in my car looking at this girl, and I remember thinking to myself, I have to get out of this car as soon as possible. I need to take a step outside. I'm not feeling the greatest. Just need a breath of fresh air in the pouring rain. I get out of my car, ended up puking in the parking lot. Later that night, she tried to kiss me.
All right, so I was changing my tires with Jake. Shout out Jake Musel. So he's showing me how to do the left-hand side. I'm like, cool, this is easy, great, we'll do it. And then I go over, I start doing the right-hand side. Super easy. Get to put the tires back on. And he's like, make sure you tighten the tires really tight. And I was like, I got this. So we go for a test drive, everything's great. Driving back to Drew's house. We're for a bonfire later that night. And so I get off the freeway and I hear like a screw, like or a bolt pop out of the tire. That's not good. So I pull over, I'm looking at my tire, and there's 2 screws missing, so I missed one, and then I heard one, and I'm able to like unhand tighten like the rest of the bolts on my front right tire. So I idle up to the repair guy and take it in. Yeah, so make sure you tighten your tires.